What up, guys? We back another week, another pod, doing a cheeky little Halloween special here. Uh, I don't got any Halloween stuff in here to hold up to the camera, but
I got a
it is
pumpkin I
Halloween
can grab.
weekend. Ooh, yeah, me and my roommates got a nice setup out in the living room, but I don't got anything in here. But anyway, how you guys doing?
Doing
Good.
good, doing good. Excited for
So
Halloween.
What are your costumes, Jake? I know you got a few planned.
Cowboy, the whole weekend.
Cowboy.
cowboy.
The whole weekend. Super, super easy. You buy a hat, you throw on a flannel, jorts. Super, super
It's
easy.
cost effective
Pretty
for
chill.
sure.
Very cost effective. Very, very efficient.
hmm
What about you, Aiden? What you got going on?
I was thinking I got like an orange sweatshirt, so I'll be Kenny and pull the strings together, like Kenny from South
Oh,
Park,
from South Park.
not Kenny Beecham. You know, another cost effective costume. We don't really got the spirit going this year. We gotta next year
Who's
we're coming
we?
dressed
Yes,
in
we do.
costume to the pod. You know,
Got you.
Nick, what about you?
Uh, Alessia's got me doing this like Vampire Diaries thing. I don't.
Mm,
It's pretty easy though. You wear like all black and then like a mask. Not bad.
that's
Not bad.
fire.
I just had to buy a mask, so not
Nick's doing
That's
upset.
it.
fire.
Actually, I'm not gonna say that. No one knew what I was thinking.
Um, all right, let's jump into it. We'll start with, I'll let Clark start with his great NFL moment and start with the Commanders game.
It is so our season. We should trade every pick we have for Miles Garrett and J.C. Horn and go all in. Yeah, I was very negative. I was very pissed off because we kind of dominated the Bears all game. We just didn't score in the red zone. It was like the same thing. It was like watching the Giants game again, and it was pissing me off. And then I knew when Swift hit that run, I was like, cooked, cooked. And then later they score, and I was like, okay, as long as they don't get the 2 point conversion, I still have faith. Nope, got the 2 point conversion. And then I was just pissed because Caleb did not look good. Our defense was playing great. Our offense was moving the ball in the first half. Um, and then yeah, the greatest play I think I've ever watched as a fan, which is kind of sad for a Week 8 regular season game, but it was great. It was great.
It is a
Fuck
Hail
Tyreek
Mary.
Stevenson.
Hail Mary is hard to beat.
Yeah, yeah. Terry looked great. Defense looked great. Jaden, it was very like clear that he was hurt. He kept throwing balls into the ground that usually are right into the receiver's chest. We had a couple drops, but Hail Mary and a win cleans it all up. Still first in the NFC East, and Week 11 is going to be a big week for us.
Week 11. Yeah.
At Thursday
Is
night
that
football
is that
against
Le Eagles.
Eagles?
the Eagles. Yeah,
Hey
so
man,
I don't think the Eagles are going to lose until then, and we might, or actually,
don't be
Do
looking
we have
too
the
far ahead, man.
Ravens?
You know who you got this Sunday, Clark. You gotta.
I can look far ahead. The team won't. We're
Yeah,
too
that's a
good.
good
We're too
point.
well. We're too well
That's a good
coached.
point.
We're too well coached to overlook a team that gave us fits.
True.
Okay, you guys have Jags, Cowboys. Oh, Cowboys, Commanders. That's not easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, but we have Steelers. We have Steelers and Giants. So hopefully we're going into week 11 at 8-2. But the Steelers look really good. If we want to talk about another NFC East team.
Oh, you want me? Me? Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, we played decent. We didn't play horribly, I guess. That's two primetime games this year where we really haven't looked that bad. So that's a step above previous
Looking.
years. We were there, now we're here. So upgrades there, but the strip sack was quite unfortunate. And actually, I remembered the unfortunate piece about it was in the press conference. Dable said that Danny was supposed to move Theo Johnson over to that side, and Danny said Danny was supposed to move Theo Johnson over to that side, and he just forgot because he was reading coverages. So, unfortunately, that one's definitely on Danny, even though you shouldn't get beat that quickly. Like TJ Watt had enough time to like lightly poke the ball out, and that was kind of crazy to me. But yeah, and then the pick obviously wasn't good. He was kind of slinging it for a little bit there. He had two deep balls he connected on, and probably would have had a third if Neighbors doesn't get like what was it, his something band tugged like on his arm. But that was fine. And then the roughing the punter hurt, but the teams consistently looked almost good enough to win games pretty much every week, and yet not winning games. And like, it's talent disparity. It's a bit of coaching. It's a bit of execution. There's a lot of things that are going on. But the Steelers' offense looks pretty good, actually. And our defense has been pretty good, so it's a good sign for them. They look good 2 straight weeks against what were
Well, the
thought
Jets
to
are a
be
bad
two good
defense.
defenses.
The Jets are a bad defense.
So, I mean, Russ has looked solid for them, and maybe Tomlin was right.
Yeah, Russ looks great. And speaking of people looking great, I thought you would touch on this. Tracy is a monster.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's going to be out this week because we can't stop the run for anything. Yeah, Tracy's going to be a problem. He looks so good. That's a good Steelers defense. But yeah, like you said I saw that Danny and Brian, I saw that too, the interview stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that Danny's making that, like, he can't motion a tight end to the correct side what year was he drafted? Was he the same year as Haskins?
He's 2019.
He's not 19, yeah. So 5 years later, we can't do that. Ugh.
Yeah.
Danny. I don't think there's I think it's a pure quarterback discrepancy. Because a good quarterback brings talent. And I think you guys do have the coaching, because there's a reason you guys are in every game that you play. Your defense is legit. But yeah. I'm like, so this year, and like with Jaden, the right quarterback makes shit work. And coaching too. We have really good coaching now. So you guys have the coaching part, and your defense is good. Your offensive line was good pre Andrew Thomas.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried that Dable's gonna make some stupid mistakes down the line and then get himself like the 2 point.
I think he's gonna say something that gets him fired.
Yeah, and I'm worried about because like Mara came out and said he was safe, but he also came out and said Joe Judge was safe, and then he did the stupid QB sneak on 3rd and 30 or whatever, and got himself fired. And Joe Judge was a terrible coach. Dable's a good coach, so there's obviously a difference there. But like the stuff like the 2 point conversion where that play was just so stupid, is just as he needs to avoid those to stay as the head coach for next year. And the other issue is it's a bad quarterback class. It is. And so it's like
I think it's just a total bad class. Like from what I've been reading and like what
I think
GMs
the corners
have been saying
are good
recently.
The corners are good to me.
Travis, Will,
BMO, although he just got hurt.
BMO, yeah. Well, that's the thing. The injuries are killing him. There's some kid in I don't know the name. I think it's not a power 4, and like everyone loves him. He's
the
like
corner. Yes, I one of my friends was talking about him. I forget his name, but I know who you're talking about.
But he just got hurt too. I don't know his name, but I know that everyone likes him.
Yeah. So like almost from a team building perspective, it might make more sense to go corner, but that's not gonna happen. And as you said, the quarterback thing might just be a necessity at this point to just go with the guy, a different guy.
What about you, Nick? How's your NFC East week?
It was good. The Eagles looked good. Finally,
I take the Eagles seriously now. I'm done talking shit.
They actually like they beat a good team by more than like 5 points. So it was very good to see. I hate having every Eagle on my fantasy team except Jalen Hurts, and then he goes for 3 rushing touchdowns.
From the one that Saquon got to.
But I mean, yeah, the team looks good. I don't have too much to say. Like, I was very happy. Like, the offense is gonna do the offensive things as long as Hurts isn't.
As long as AJ Brown is healthy. Yeah.
If Hurts isn't turning the ball over, the offense should put up like literally like 30 points a game. The defense looked really good. Bengals offense has been cooking, and they held them to under 20. DeJean and Kenyon Mitchell, the rookie corners, look absolutely legit. That makes me happy. Uh, I mean, I saw a thing that's like the Fangio defense is really just to like negate allowing like deep shots
Explosives.
and yards after catch pretty much. Like they just like let everything go outside, like outbreaking routes and shit, and it worked really well. Like I mean, the Bengals' first drive, they just like spammed everything, and it was like an 8-minute drive for a touchdown. But then, you know, if you can't hit them, it's not going to work, especially
That's
for a team that needs the Jamar Chase deep balls and yaks to really be successful.
I was about to say that was the thing that first drive of the game. I was like, oh, like because I switched my pick when I learned T was out because like T Higgins the Nick, do you remember the throw to I think it was Burton and like Slay broke it up in like the back of the end zone.
Mm, yeah,
Like Higgins would have caught that because it's T Higgins. Like Burton almost caught it. But T has like the strongest hands and it's like an 80-20 ball with him. But after the first, because so I switched my pick to the Eagles, and after the first drive, I was like, damn it, Joe's gonna take what the defense gives him the whole day. Um, and maybe Hurts will turn it over, and then like the Bengals will rally behind a crowd. But no, that's not what happened. Burrow got impatient, stopped taking what the defense was giving him, and yeah, I mean that's what Vic forces defenses to do, or offenses, I guess. So yeah, I just thought Burrow was gonna be able to thug it out.
yeah. I
That
think
was
another thing too is that Fangio loves to run too high safety, and so for a team like the Bengals that doesn't have a super potent run game, it can be uh, it can be tough because you don't really have to make them like switch the scheme because they can just like stay in too high. Whereas like the Ravens, like you if you play too high against the Ravens, you're getting absolutely fried. Maybe the commies like all B Rob.
We
To
have
be
a we have
honest,
a pretty good run game.
B Rob did not look very
He's
good to me.
he's hurt. He's hurt.
I mean, obviously Daniels is amazing outside of the pocket and everything, but yeah. I mean, there are teams that can I think exploit the Eagles, but I think they have a pretty
Detroit.
good matchup against the Bengals on both sides of the ball, like run game wise,
Yeah,
and that was the difference.
yeah. I'm surprised you guys haven't leaned into Saquon as much, like as you were earlier in the season. But also you have all your toys back besides Goddard. So
I mean, last week against the Giants, Hurts only threw 14 times.
yeah, but that's the Giants. They don't count as an NFL team.
I will say on the Saquon thing, you might just be trying to keep him steady so that way you guys
When
think he can
playoffs
get
come
to the
around.
postseason and he's not because like he was good in the Vikings playoff game for us, but there were points at the end of the year in that season where we were using him so much it just looked like he was out of gas. And you guys might be trying to avoid that and keep him ready to go, but
Oh,
I don't know.
finger.
Speaking of out of gas, Anthony
Oh,
Richardson tapping out of a
transition.
play. That's crazy. I've never seen that before in my life. And oh my god. And I think he's been rightfully benched for Flacco. If I was like the coach or whatever, you're saying like right now Flacco gives us a better chance to win. Absolutely. Like AR is definitely the future of the team. Like you took him with the fourth overall pick, and he's one of the most like athletically gifted players of all time at the QB position. But Flacco is just better for the team right now. I saw like a joke that was like AR was so bad he didn't even shoot a tour date because he went 10 for 32. But I mean, he was 2 for 15 in the first half. I saw a thing. His average depth of target in the first half was 20 yards. So he just like he needs to learn to be more patient and take a check down because all he wants to do is like extend plays and like nuke it deep pretty much, and it's not working.
I Anthony. Okay, about the tap out thing. What I think happened, and the fact that he wasn't benched immediately, was he might have had the wind knocked out of him. Um, just because of the way he was hit and like how he fell. But yeah, you can't tap out. That's brutal. And secondly, so I don't remember who said this, but like the Colts are such a horribly run organization because the whole point of this season is getting AR reps, and you're benching him because you're not winning. You're not keeping up with the Texans. It's so dumb. Now it's a weak AFC like standings wise, so they're making a push to get eliminated in the first round. but you not letting your quarterback who started 6 games in college or 8 games or whatever, or one season and then like 2 or 3 more games and 4 years in his it's terrible. I don't know if it's Steichen getting pressured from the owners and everything, or if it's the GM, or if it's Steichen. Like, I think it's horrible. Like, the Colts are a really well run organization, or at least I thought they were. Like, they draft well, they develop pretty well. Like, they always have a solid team usually. Um, terrible, terrible management in my opinion.
I'm pretty sure it's Ursay that made the call to
I think so
bench
too.
him because the way that Steichen talked about it, the way that the players talked about it, it seemed like everyone was kind of caught off guard by the move. Steichen said, I think the quote was, I don't run the team," or something like that was part of his quote for why AR got benched.
That's
So it was
Snyder.
like,
That's what Snyder
yeah,
did for the terrible,
like,
terrible, terrible,
so
terrible.
I really don't, honestly, look, might be a hot take. I didn't fully mind what AR did that much. He had just shaken off a huge dude. He probably did get the wind knocked out of him. It was 3rd and 25 or something like that. Pretty obvious passing down. And he was taxed. I personally, if I was in his shoes, would have lied about it and said something like I got the wind knocked out instead of just saying, I'm not going to lie, I was gassed or something like that. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it's fine. You can develop by sitting behind a veteran backup. I mean, that's what I think the Panthers' plan was for Dalton. I don't know. I probably would give him the reps because he seems to me like he's just got to get a better feel for the game in general with things like Nick said, taking the check down, learning not to hit the home run ball every time or go for the home run ball every time.
He did
And
have a
that,
couple really, really bad drops, but not 10 for
oh yeah,
32, like
yeah.
overturning that. Like, he
Hmm.
had like 5 or 6, like, it hit the guy in the hands, and it was like a perfectly
Well,
thrown
that's been
ball.
part of it too. Like there's other factors at play for him, but I don't know. I think he'll be fine.
But yeah, I mean,
I like
15
Josh
for 32
Downs.
is still atrocious.
I like
I'm
Josh
not
Downs'
defending
quote
it.
about it, where he was like, Joe's like 40. He'll be all right. He's like 22, 23. He was the 4th overall pick. He'll be back soon enough. But it is weird to me that they made the decision without telling like half their team. And then,
That means it wasn't Steichen, is what I
yeah,
think.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's another reason I think it's Ursay. And then the receivers were pretty candid about how they didn't really like the decision. And that was kind of interesting to me. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I'm sure I would guess that AR is probably starting another game this season, and they're not just gonna play Flacco for the entire. Like I don't think they have a set point on when to take Flacco back out, but there'll probably be a moment when AR comes back in.
Are
But
they
I don't know.
500 right now? The
Yeah, they're four
Colts?
and
Yeah,
four.
that's why
It's
I
just
think
like,
like you're
I
if you're
understand
you're
making a
half a
playoff
game
push.
out, you're half a game out of the playoffs. Like why? What does it say about your team if you're not doing everything in your abilities to make the playoffs?
I, because you, I don't know.
Like, are you
I
gonna
just I
sacrifice a
think
playoff
I
for
think you have you
development?
literally have early career Josh Allen on your hands, and Josh never got benched. Like, they are handling. And what, you want to go get swept in the first round? You want to go play Houston again, who you're 0-2 against in Houston? Stupid, stupid, stupid. In my
Maybe
opinion,
they wouldn't be
you
0
just
2
took
if Flacco
you
was playing.
just
I here's
shoulda, coulda,
what I'll
woulda.
say is
But
like
the point is they're not going to make a run at the division, and you're gonna probably have to play them or the Ravens or Pittsburgh. And you think you match up well against any? I guess you did beat Pittsburgh, but like,
well the other thing about it is
stupid.
like that would matter right to me if you're losing the culture because they want the quarterback they think is going to give them the best playoff push. But it didn't really seem like that was happening. Like there weren't like cracks in it where they were like, yeah, we kind of want Flacco because we want to go make the playoff. Like I think the team is very self-aware of where they were, or at least on the. I don't know what the defense, just what I've seen from the offense, and how they've spoken about it. And I I get what you're saying for sure, and I think that's probably why Ursay made the move because he wants to make the playoffs. You think about all the revenue and stuff that comes with that.
Yeah,
Um,
even just one game.
yeah, but I I don't know that for the long term it was a great move for their team. But again, I don't think it's horrible because, like I said, you can learn from a backup
Do you
or
think he
from
went
being a
schedule?
backup.
Do you think Ursay looked ahead? Because I'm actually looking at this right now. 3 of their next 4, or they're probably going to be 1-3 with or without Flacco, and it's Vikings, Bills, Jets, Lions.
Yeah,
You beat the Jets because the Jets can't stop the run, but everyone else, the Bills look great. No, the Vikings are shaky, but I mean, I'll
could be
pick the
part of
Viking. I'll pick the Vikings at home,
could be part of it. If they
over,
go 1-3 in that stretch, they might just go right back to AR and
which
just
is stupid.
yeah,
Let them play against these teams.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, moving on. What else do we have? There was another good game.
Rams Vikings was good
Rams Vikings was
on
good.
Thursday
The Rams
night.
are back.
They are
The
back.
Rams are back.
They're gonna make a run at the division.
Well, they're already only half a game back. So.
I was gonna say that division is kind of all.
I think
what are
that
their
we.
records?
I feel like we
Oh!
predicted. I feel like we predicted it.
We did.
I feel like all 3 of us were like, yeah, that division's kind of just gonna beat up on each other. I think out of the 4 of them, who do you guys have the least faith in to?
The Seahawks probably.
Seahawks.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I have blind faith in the Cardinals, and then it's the 49ers. So it's down to the Rams and Seahawks and me. And the Rams, to me, are more proven that they would be able to get back in a posture to compete for the division than the Seahawks. I mean,
I think McVay and Stafford. It's hard to beat. There's not many teams with that type of coaching quarterback duo. And say what you want about Stafford, I think he's great. Like, just he rips the ball wherever he wants to rip it. He reads defenses better than 90% of guys. And you give him 2 of his receivers back, and I think their offensive line is starting to get healthy too. Like, yeah, they're gonna make a run. Anyone who got to play them early is pretty lucky.
Yeah.
I think.
What was I going to say? And they have the who do they have on their schedule? I was looking at it.
They go Seattle, home versus the Dolphins, at New England, versus versus Eagles, at Saints, versus Bills, at 49ers, at Jets, Cardinals, Seahawks.
Their next couple weeks aren't impossible, Like Seahawks,
not with their offense.
It's gonna matter because it's the division game. They're still a good team. The Dolphins are still getting back into the swing of things, so I can't say that's a game they should win because if they do get back to being the Dolphins with Tua, then that could be a tough one. But they're all winnable games. There's nobody on their schedule that I'm like, yeah, they're done.
I mean, they without Puka, they almost beat Detroit, and Detroit looks like very easily the best team in the NFC. And you can make an argument for NFL if you don't like the Chiefs' defense. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Looking at the other side, or another division race, we had the Falcons once again besting the Buccaneers in another big Kirko masterclass. I guess my question to you guys would be, given the Bucs injury situation and the fact that they've now lost 2 to the Falcons, is this division completely locked up for you to go into the Falcons? Okay, Clark, go ahead.
The next 2 games for our beloved Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the at Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football, and then versus the 49ers without Mike. I love Baker. I think Baker is, punching way above his weight class. He's throwing picks, but I mean, he has to force an issue with no one being there. Like, he's playing hero ball at a elite level, but without Godwin or Evans, and with 2 losses to the Falcons, yeah, this is done. Even though I think the Falcons could get got by Dallas if Dallas is a little healthy, because they have no pass rush. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I think it's very easily the Falcons' division to lose.
Yeah, I would have to agree, given the injuries for the Bucs and their schedule. The Falcons' schedule doesn't seem to be too difficult going forward. I think I saw they have Saints,
Broncos, Chargers. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can boat race all them.
Stuff like they're probably though. Let me look.
Giants,
Let me see.
Raiders.
Anybody? Yeah, I guess that and the AFC East are probably the 2-1, and the AFC South are probably the three that are pretty locked up to me at this point. Between the Texans, Bills, and Falcons.
Do you say the West?
Oh wait, I forgot about the West. My fault. AFC West, not NFC West.
I think
Um,
there's like only 3 divisions that are open right now, in my opinion.
The North is open.
NFC East, NFC
But-
North.
No, the
NFC
North is
both
not open.
both Norths
The
are
North's
open.
not though. The NFC North, no. Detroit is so much better. If Jordan Love is even hurt at all, and we'll see this weekend, but I don't think anyone's beating the Lions
The
in that
issue
division.
to me is they have 4 good teams, so it's like you can get like anyone can get anybody, right? So it's like the
That's true.
Packers could lose to the Lions, but then the Lions could lose to both the Vikings and the Bears, and I wouldn't be like
They're not going to lose to the
crazy
Bears.
surprised. Let's see, what is their schedule?
it's like a classic Lions Jared Goff thing to lose like at Soldier Field though. So
Yeah, or like the Packers.
So
could
they
beat
go
the Lions
5-1
this week.
versus the division.
The Packers could beat the Lions this week, and then you got a tied division, or actually the Packers
it'd be
would
tied.
be ahead because they'd be 7-2.
Oh, because they
and
just got
Lions
the
would be
window, the
6-2.
head-to-head 6-1. Yeah.
And then you'd have a bunch of teams just battling it out. So I don't really see that division as good as the Lions are very good, as good as I think they are. I don't really see that division.
Oh yeah,
just
no, that's a
being
hot
run
take
away.
for me. That's a hot take for me.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that division's closed.
But like
NFC
because like
East,
the
if
other
Dallas
divisions,
loses, is a 2-horse race. The NFC North is open because the Steelers are cooking right now. Which who could have predicted that? Tomlin's killing it. Part 100.
the East is done in the AFC because
The East is done in the AFC. I'm trying to think.
everybody's
West is
looked bad
closed.
other than the Bills.
Oh, in NFC West.
NFC
So
West.
the East, the
knows?
AFC or the NFC East is a two horse. The West is open, and the NFC North. And who knows? The Bengals could still go on a crazy run.
They could. They like to start slow.
They could. Raiders, Ravens, Chargers, Steelers, Cowboys, Titans, Browns, Broncos, Steelers. Doable.
Yep. Let's see.
my hot take would be that the AFC South is not over yet.
You got the
That's
Colts.
because you have like blind faith in
You
Flacco.
do have you
Blind
just love
faith. If
you
if
just love
they
the
lost,
Colts. It's
they've
not blind
lost
faith,
2
but-
games to the Texans by 2 and 3 points. Both
So that
with
division's
Anthony,
closed. So the
both
division's
with Anthony
closed.
Richards playing the whole game. And if
So the
they'd won
division's
either of them,
closed.
they would be tied.
But they didn't. You can't play the if game. It's closed. You think
Only
the
2
Texans
game
are going to
difference.
lose to Jacksonville or Tennessee?
It's
mean, they
a
are
2-game
missing
difference.
2 receivers.
But it's
right now.
2 games to that team that you're trying to beat out.
And the Texans still have
And the
to
Texans
play.
are only getting healthier.
I mean, they
They
did
just
lose
lost
Stephon
Diggs for the
Diggs
year.
But they get Nico back, and Nico was very easily the wide receiver 1. Their defense is cooking.
But they've lost Diggs for the year.
Oh no! Now they have to go to Tank Dell and Joe Mixon and Schultz and Nico Collins. It's not like they're
not as good.
Yeah.
And they also still have the
Obviously they're not.
Chiefs and Ravens on their schedule, which the Colts do not have to play either of those teams.
But that gets them okay. So they drop those 2, and the Colts win. Now they're tied. So you already have 2. And the Colts play. We said this. The Colts are going to go probably 1-3 over their next 4. But you have blind faith in Flacco.
I don't think it's blind faith in Flacco. I think
It's
Nick
an
just
AR
likes-
hate.
No. He just likes the
No, I think
Colts
their
team.
team is talented.
Yeah. Like all year,
Mm.
Nick's been and
I picked them to
offseason,
win
Nick
the
had been a
division.
pretty big Colts guy.
I love
So,
JT in the line. I mean, the receivers
know.
are sneaky.
The receivers are pretty good, actually. I
Yeah,
kind of like them.
they have a good core. They like complement each other.
Yeah.
They don't catch the
Um,
ball, but
Well, that doesn't matter.
actually that's more of a AD issue.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
trying to
see.
think. Yeah, must be brutal rooting for a team whose season's kind of done. I was thinking about that the other day. Although I feel like the wild card could be like pretty good in the AFC.
And the
Who's-
NFC.
Who's there right now?
Well, I mean, like some of the teams that are down right now in the AFC might be able to make a run because like it's like the teams in the playoffs right now are 5-3 and 4-4 instead of in the NFC where those teams are like 6 or 5-2. You know,
The Eagles are currently the 7th seed at 5-2.
really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
The Bears are right. The Bears are out of the playoffs right now at 4-3. And then
And
also
then you
out
got
of
a
the
lot of
playoffs,
4-4 teams.
out of the playoffs, Buccaneers, Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cowboys. The Cowboys are the 13 seed.
They suck. They are the
I
kings
mean,
of
the point is just that the
garbage.
Because
NFC is
the
actually
AFC has
pretty good this
all
year.
of the 2-6 teams. Like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the Dolphins aren't dead. The Bengals aren't dead. Like they are,
What do you think
but
about the
they're
Jets?
less dead than a team that's 2-6 in the NFC would be. You know, does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Although there's only 2-6 NFC teams, so I guess like I don't know. But I get your point
Sorry.
that the Bengals and Dolphins are both good teams that can come up from behind and make a
they're-
run in the
they're all right.
AFC, or
They're all
good
right.
enough teams to make a run for the wild cards. If
Yeah.
the Dolphins can get it back rolling potentially, and the Bengals are about as inconsistent as it comes, but if they can play on their
They just need T
upper
healthy,
echelon
dude.
side, then they can.
T might be more important to their team than any other player.
Than Jamar.
Well, no, but having both of them is so different. Like now, also their only wins on the season are against the Giants, Browns, and Panthers. So those aren't great wins.
Yeah.
You know, they went toe to toe with the best team in the NFL, so I'll give them that. But then they got walked by the Eagles.
They lost to the Eagles by 20. What do you mean?
No. They went toe to toe
The
with us
Giants
on a
game
Monday
was
night.
pretty good. That's true.
They should have beat the Ravens too.
They should have beat the Ravens.
So
Oh,
worst
actually,
thing
yeah,
ever.
I take it. And they should have beat the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
So they went toe to toe with 4 of the 5 pretty good teams in the league.
T. Higgins might make himself a good amount of money from them this offseason.
He's gonna make.
Potentially.
They're not gonna pay him. They're so
But
cheap. If they didn't pay Jesse
I didn't
Bates,
think they would pay him, but given how, like you said,
Horrible the
important he's
offense
been
is.
to the team, they might have to. Like I was
He's
pretty
been
certain
injured.
that he'd
But the
be
issue
gone.
is you know what the issue is? The agent knows that, so the agent's gonna
Mhm.
ask for however much Jamar Chase is making, and T Higgins, he's very important. He's not Jamar Chase.
Hey man, he can come play with another LSU wide receiver one if he wants. We
Hey,
got
whoa,
room
whoa,
over
whoa,
there.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Excuse me. We are taking him to compliment Terry.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's see.
Our offense would be so nuts if we had T Higgins. Oh, it's
Yeah,
like an
I
upgraded Noah Brown. It's like an upgraded Noah Brown. That'd be so awesome.
Can't say I'm rooting for it. Really can't. I'm happy for you and Rankin though. I guess you have a good team for the first time. in a while.
Me and Rankin are on Hope TikTok. I see him on all these Commander edits, and he comments, and it makes my day.
Yeah. It's been a good time to be a Washington Commanders fan lately, and you can't really say that for a lot of
Usually.
recent memory. So
Ever.
yeah, and the Caps are up. DC Sports on the way up, and the Wizards have a future even though they suck.
They just beat Atlanta twice.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Freaking putting a hole in
Bro,
my Hawks,
Bilal
making a
Coulibaly
run.
is a demon. We'll get into more basketball in future weeks, obviously, as the season gets more down. But
I was about to say, this is pretty
Bilal
early.
and Jordan Poole have both looked very good for them, and that's
Yeah.
been exciting.
Do you think they flip Kuzma at all? Because Kuzma
I think-
is like kind of like
Oh,
an
he wants
odd
to.
man
He
out.
wants to build a
I know what
legacy
he
with his
wants.
team.
He is the odd man out. Well, actually, I think it's so offer dependent because they're going to get offers for
That's a good
Kuzma at
point.
the trade deadline, and it's just whether or not they see those as valuable enough
That's
to
valuable enough.
trade him. Like I think they're open to it for sure. It's not like like he thinks he's locked up. I don't think they think he's locked up. But like there's certain like I saw teams like obviously it's not going to happen, but like the Lakers were looking into him, and that's like not the team that would have the package for him, but there'll be a different team that's probably trying to contend and thinks that's their piece that might throw something that they like at the Wizards, but I don't know.
Yeah, touching on the Lakers real quick. One, Bronny scored for the first time in Cleveland. Who scriptwriters who had money on that? And two, Day-to-Day Davis is Well, barring yesterday, but he's been killing it.
Yeah, they're 3-2, but they look pretty good. Um, they run actual offenses and sets, and they finally decided that it's time for AD to take the reins and like actually take the reins, not like half take the reins. So I don't know. Reeves has looked really good.
Yeah, everyone's looked good besides LeBron, except for the one game. But LeBron's not even looking bad. He's just not looking like Superman. And
Yeah, he's kind of ramping up. Probably would be my guess. It's a
I
weird
think they're gonna
offseason
chill
for
him
him.
out
He
to the
played
playoffs. Yeah.
he played the Olympics. He didn't have his typical rest, and he's 40. So like,
Yeah.
I think he's got to take it easy.
Oh, I'm not worried about him at all. He's gonna be fine.
I would guess this is probably a year. It's early, so I could be completely wrong, but that we see like a 23 points per game LeBron or something like that instead of his typical 25 plus. Just because
I can see around 20. I
he's
just think he's
killing it.
taking a less part of the offense.
Yeah,
But you know we're seeing how much difference good coaching is making. The Cavs haven't lost yet.
I just saw
and,
Nick mouth
the Lakers are
basketball
probably gonna
reference, so he's on something now.
Oh, what's Nick about to rip?
No, I was just looking up LeBron's stats so far because you guys were talking about
He had 11 in one
estimations on
game.
his
He had
PPG.
a 32-point triple double,
Yeah,
but then he's had like
he's,
18, 23.
he's averaging
something like that.
21, 7, and 6.
Yeah, he's still killing it. I mean,
his
no one
passing's
said
been
he
good.
wasn't.
I'll say that.
The whole team's passing has been good.
The
I feel
ball
like.
movement has been significantly better. Like you know how the Celtics, when you watch them play, the thing is just swinging. The pill is constantly on the move until you get an open shot, and that's how the Lakers have looked.
That's how JJ's running it. Yeah,
that's sustainable to me versus the Darvin Ham stuff. And then Torian Prince leads the Bucks in minutes per game or minutes played or something because Darvin Ham brought him in.
He does for the Bucks, really?
Yeah, or he as of like through the first.
There's a
3 or 4
reason.
games.
There's a reason the Bucks are 1-4.
Well, that coaching staff of Doc and Darvin Ham is a nightmare field to most fans at this point. But
yeah, that's a brutal. Who let that happen?
Doc did though. Doc liked Darvin Ham.
No, who let all of that happen?
I don't know.
They need to be fired.
Yeah, but we can probably save the rest of the NBA talk for the rest of the time. You guys have any college games you want to touch on, or should we move to?
I
Nebraska
have
should have got Ohio State.
well,
They should have.
yeah.
They should have. I was pulling for them so hard. I knew
tragic.
25-point dogs was a brutal line, but yeah, I was really rooting for Nebraska.
Rayola's gonna cut it back. But go ahead, Nick.
Oh,
You said you
also, go ahead.
Oh,
Nick.
mine was really random, but I have like a mini rage at every sports book for being really stupid with UCF. I don't know who they must have a UCF fan like working for them or something, dude. But going back 5 weeks now, they were 14-point favorites.
They were
against
favored
Colorado. 14-point favorites against Colorado. They get smoked. Then they're favored at Florida. They get smoked. Then they're favored against Cincinnati. They lose. Then they go and lose to Iowa State. So they've lost 4 in a row now. And then they're playing BYU, who's undefeated, top like 12 team in the country. They're favored against BYU, and then they get smoked. So someone is doing some weird stuff with UCF lines over there, bro.
You know what they're doing? They're making all of them are making the UCF line and then betting against it.
Bro,
There's some
gonna be
That's
a big
exactly what
UCF
there
fan
is.
that's gonna come out in a
There
few
is.
years.
Me and Nick are on top of it. I saw that.
Just wait for the
Also,
reports. FanDuel employees make a bunch of money off UCF.
Marcel Reed is probably the future of college football. He is. So I didn't think because I knew Wegman or whatever or Wayne.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
you're
Wegman.
good.
He's pretty good. Like he's accurate. He can move in the pocket. No, Marcel Reed is a hazard. And I saw him live, and yeah, they were not able to move the ball against LSU. They put him in, and they score on like 6 drives in a row.
Yep.
There's gonna be some pretty cool SEC play out at the very end because A&M hasn't lost yet, but Georgia and Bama have, and like someone like typical SEC beating up on each other.
I was watching the Penn State game and I was like so confused what happened because I saw LSU up 17-7.
They were dominating.
And then I like look later and it's like 31-17. I'm like, what the hell?
Once Marcel went in the game, it was just an entirely
They flipped
different
the
story.
switch. It's
But he
totally
had,
different
he had
offense.
3 or 4. I think he had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
He had 3
checked.
rushing touchdowns. He had a bomb. I think he only threw like 4 or 5 passes, or at least maybe that was
He's
earlier.
two for 2 with 70 yards.
Yeah, no,
He
because he was 2 for 2 and he threw a 50-yard dart on one of the 2 passes.
Bro, beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean,
You know, he's no DJ Lagway, but he's pretty good.
who do they play this week? South Carolina.
A&M.
Dangerous
Ooh.
game.
South Carolina always gives the top SEC teams trouble, but then they get smoked by like
Random
SEC
Wait,
teams.
did they beat?
Oh, wait.
I forget. Did they beat
I
Kentucky?
think they
44-6, or
boat
did
raced. I
Kentucky
think they
beat-
boat raced. I think they
Yeah,
boat raced
I forget
Kentucky.
who did who.
But then Kentucky almost beat Georgia, which is giving me delusional faith that the Gators are
Or
even going to
31-6.
stand a chance this weekend because we boat raced Kentucky. If we
Yeah.
beat Georgia, no one's hearing the end of it at all.
Alright, bro.
It's not going to happen. But if it did,
Okay.
I'll say on my Penn State Nittany Lions, this was a rare Penn State game where they went on the road against a good team and actually like looked
good.
good. Yeah. This is another one where this one Aller got hurt, but the backup, I don't know, Bo Pribula, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he looked really really good. And Wisco has been playing some pretty good ball so far this year. So I was very
didn't
impressed.
Wisco, weren't they winning for a while?
They won. They were up at halftime.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
But then, in the second half, Aller didn't play in the second half. He hurt something, and then came in, looked great. Oh, dude, Warren is so good. I know he had a better game at USC, but dude, that guy is like he's gonna be another hazard in the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Penn State's usually like the ultimate like mid tight end but then I think Warren's gonna be the actual like good tight end to come out.
I feel like they've had a couple good tight ends.
Well, they like
Theo
Gesicki,
Johnson.
Pat Fryermuth, and Jawan Johnson
Those are all
are the ones that,
like
they're like good. But
I thought Jawan Johnson was like
he
Oregon.
transferred to Oregon. But he
was at Penn State. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Theo Johnson isn't bad. Yeah, Theo's not bad.
Oh yeah. I forgot about him. Yeah, but Penn State, Ohio State this week.
Big game.
Yeah.
I hate another rage moment for me here. But
what are you thinking, Nick?
I hate big noon kickoff. I hate big noon kickoff. This game should be 7:30 p.m. on ESPN with a whiteout. And
But you want to know why? You want to know why?
Noon.
SEC. Sorry.
What is this?
It's the TV. The 7:30 ESPN is going to be the best SEC game because ESPN has the SEC rights.
Are you sure?
It's ESPN.
I think it might
Louisville.
Clemson.
Oh,
Louisville,
what am I talking about?
Yeah.
There must not be a good SEC
Well, on
game.
ABC is A&M South Carolina because remember they use ESPN and ABC now, so they go.
Oh, that's right. What is Georgia, Florida?
Georgia.
Just because of rivalry. Just because of rivalries.
3:30 on ABC.
They
On
always put it
ABC, that was my
3:30,
question.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. No, yeah.
But
Nick, what's wrong with Big Noon Kickoff? Can't get up for it?
Yeah. Well, dude, noon games are just work.
What are you doing on Fridays?
Bro,
Halloween
we
weekend,
play at
brother.
noon. So,
No, I mean
Me too, Nick.
College game day is going to Penn State, but I don't like the atmosphere is just so much better in a night game. So I feel like when 3 is playing 4,
You know what it
should be
is?
like it's the only ranked matchup of the whole week. There is no other ranked matchup.
no, Pitt SMU.
That's a good game.
That's going to be a good game. Yeah.
Whatever. I think Penn State has a chance because it's in Happy Valley. If it was whiteout night game, I would be more confident. But it should be a very good game because both of them look good.
Will Howard disaster class.
You think so?
Now.
No, he's just preying on his downfall.
Manifestation.
I don't know. I think I don't want to say anything. I haven't watched enough. I mean, I watched the Oregon Ohio State, but Oregon looks like the greatest team on turf at the
they
moment.
just boat raced Illinois.
Yeah. So should be. I think because neither team has a like super elite quarterback, they have 2 guys that should be good, but like they're like playing all right. It should be a really good game. And it's 2 really good defenses, obviously.
Yeah. The other part that is unfortunate about it being this weekend for you, Nick, is the Penn State fans will likely be a little worse than they would be on a typical weekend, just because it's.
No, they're locked in.
What do you mean
They're
they'll
gonna
be
lock
better?
in. What are you talking about? Yeah. Hey, what are you talking about? They're just gonna keep
I
it
don't
going.
know, man.
They're gonna go from Friday night into tailgating into the game.
I guess
That's
it's
like
different.
Going to bed?
15 hours.
I guess it's different when you're when you're the third ranked team,
3 seed, yeah.
yeah, than some other circumstances where a noon game might lead to half the fans leaving early, as per usual.
No, they're going to
But,
be locked
I-
in. For a
I will
whiteout
say,
against
though-
Ohio State, are you kidding me?
yeah,
The one bad takeaway from this game is that it doesn't really matter that much because Penn State has no ranked teams on their schedule after this. Ohio State actually, I guess it could matter in the sense that if Penn State wins, Ohio State is kind of in jeopardy of like not making the playoff. But I don't know. The stakes aren't.
I mean,
super
how
high.
far does Ohio State really drop? If...
No, but I'm saying Ohio State next week plays Indiana, and
I see
Indiana
what
has
you're
looked
saying.
really good.
Indiana's
So
yeah.
if they lose both those games, 3-loss Big Ten probably misses out. Yeah.
wait, they play Indiana in 2 weeks,
Oh, like
That's
what he-
I thought that's what he
2
said.
weeks and 2 days, or
like November 23rd.
oh,
Sorry.
okay. Do they not? Do they
Genty
have a
plays tomorrow.
game?
They play. I don't know. I was
Sweet.
Purdue.
checking.
Oh,
I was
Purdue
checking
win.
Indiana.
never
Who's it?
mind. Never mind.
No, Purdue's a dangerous game for them. Wait,
No.
Ape
See,
Hughes
usually
Tech.
when the number 2 team goes to play Purdue at Purdue, they lose. But Oregon went into Purdue and won like 40-0.
by like 100.
Purdue is not the same like Purdue. Usually Purdue's like a mid Big Ten. This year they're horrible.
I will say though,
Uh,
to your point, Nick, for as far as Big Ten contention, if Ohio State loses this, they're probably out of that because
Oh, yeah.
currently there's 3 undefeated Big Ten teams, and Indiana's schedule looks like they have 4 games left, and it's Ohio State and Michigan could both get them, but like I could easily see a
think
world where they
Michigan
go
will.
3-1, and then they are a 1-loss Big Ten team. Penn State could be a 1 or 0 loss in Oregon.
If
Could all
Penn State wins this game, they should go pretty easy into the
Yeah,
Big Ten
Washington,
chip.
Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland.
Minnesota is sneaky good.
They are.
but
Minnesota's
the
been
rest
on
of
fire
those-
since
And
second half
you know,
of Michigan.
another crazy betting thing. Minnesota is playing at number 24 Illinois this week, and they're favored.
really.
Very interesting stuff.
Well, it's the letdown game because Illinois just got destroyed.
But it would be
and-
bounce back letdown, so it should be Illinois
Yeah,
favored.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't know.
Eight-
It's very interesting.
Hughes Tech?
Some line stuff.
Yeah, we do play Virginia Tech this weekend. That is
How
in
we feeling
fact a
about that?
football game.
Need
you guys to
win.
I hope we win. I think
I
we should
don't
win.
know.
But
Drone
I don't
strike.
know. They did destroy us last year, so we got a lot of growing up to do, I guess, in terms of. I don't know. I think we should be able to win. We have the talent to get it done. I would
Bro,
expect them.
how
to bounce
high?
back week.
How high would Virginia Tech be ranked if they didn't lose to fucking like?
Well, Vandy's not even that bad
Vandy
anymore. So
and-
it's like it's
No,
their
but
other loss to Rutgers.
it's the
bro.
Rutgers. Yeah.
Rutgers loss is the bigger issue for them. Like at this point, no one's really looking at that Vandy loss and being like, "Oh my God, what
haha,
a
you
terrible
suck."
loss!"
Yeah.
You know? It's the other one, but
It's Rutgers. Imagine if they were 6-2 with losses to a really good Vanderbilt team that no one was expecting,
and Miami in the last
and
game,
Miami, who they should have beat.
yeah,
Crazy,
that would be pretty
crazy,
nuts.
crazy work. Yeah, I don't know. I watched that Pitt game, Aiden. That was brutal.
Yeah,
Three
Uh,
big sixes in the first half.
In
I'd
the
like to
first
call it-
quarter, it felt like
a series of unfortunate events is the way I'm gonna describe that game.
a series. My boy, it was a marathon of
randomness
unfortunate events.
Did not go our way. But,
It did not go your way.
on to the
Bounce
next
back
game.
week. Bounce back week.
Indeed. We'll
All
be
right, we want to
motivated.
rip
Yeah.
pick 'em in
And
high
then
low.
Year. First up tonight, Houston, New York, Texans, Jets.
Texans. I know Vegas knows something, but I don't know it. Texans.
Texans.
I'll go Jets.
Bro's trying to get a game.
Vegas
does know something. Vegas does know something.
I don't know. I feel like Houston will have some trouble throwing the ball tonight.
I don't think they're gonna have an issue running the ball though.
I don't know. It'll be very interesting. I think it'll
I
be
think it's gonna be a
game.
good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I don't
Good
know.
Thursday night football on Halloween. It's hard
Yeah.
to beat. Hard to beat.
I will definitely be watching on my
I-
couch, drinking water.
I will definitely be watching it at a venue, and
See,
hopefully remember.
Nick, you're legally allowed to
Yeah, I
to
know.
say that you
Oh,
want
and
some
I'm not?
drinking
21,
water, so good work.
21.
And I'm not Aiden. I'm
No.
22.
Hey, we're PG, maybe PG-13 over here, but
We are.
PG-13.
PG-21.
Clark tries to
Is he
get us
gonna be
into
healthy
that
ever?
territory, but
Oh,
that's a
No,
different.
he
oh, speaking of, that's a slight side note, but the Sixers got fined for Embiid's
For
shenanigans,
rest, I saw that.
which is awesome, dude. I hate our own team
Fuck
though.
this
Like,
franchise.
just so stupid. Whatever. I just hopefully everyone's healthy for the playoffs if we even make the playoffs at this rate. But yeah. Moving on. 1 p.m. games. Dallas at Atlanta.
Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons.
Atlanta. If Micah plays, I might flip it to Dallas. But Atlanta.
Dolphins at Bills.
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 That should be a gimme.
Okay. All taking Bengals over the Raiders, I presume. This one is kind of interesting now. Chargers at Browns.
I have been saying that the Browns with Jameis Winston at quarterback are a pretty good team, but I am going to go with the Chargers. Not this week.
I think they won last week because of the backup quarterback theory.
Backup quarterback, fired head coach sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Andy
Stefanski's a good head coach, I think.
No,
He's
like the fired
handcuffed
head
to-
coach thing. Where
Oh,
we
like
fire
when
head
they
coach
get
every
the
week
next game, the
two,
interim.
yes.
I think Chargers. Lads coming
Yeah.
on. They're
Yeah, I'll
running
go
the ball
Chargers.
well. Defense is looking solid.
Next one, Patriots at Titans.
Ooh, this
Give
is
me
like
the
a sneaky.
Titans. Give me the Titans.
If Drake May,
Wait.
then Patriots, else
else.
Titans.
Yeah, that's a pretty sound explanation.
It's coding, my
Uh,
friend.
Commies at Giants.
Oh. This is a sneaky Giants game. I know it is.
I am picking the Giants because I have a code.
You have a feeling.
I have a code about myself where I will always pick us against the Commanders, at least to finish this year. And we didn't get you the first time. You know the last time that we lost to you guys twice in a season? I don't. It might be
I
pre
don't,
Eli.
no.
I have no idea.
It might have been with Eli. I feel like we
It
did
might
pretty
have
well
been,
against Eli
but-
usually. You will never beat us with Daniel Jones as your quarterback ever again. Because we have a top 5 quarterback now.
Well,
So
this might
I
be
will
the
be
last
going
time
with the commies.
Daniel Jones plays.
Hopefully
against
not.
you.
Hopefully not. I love Danny.
All right.
Keep him
Next
just where
one.
he is.
This one is kind of weird. Saints at Panthers.
Ew.
2011, by
Is-
the way.
2011.
Last
Was that
time
RG3
Wow.
or was that pre RG3?
I
Pre-
don't know.
Actually, I
just
think
started
RG3 was
to.
2012.
He was 2012
was.
draft. Yeah.
So that was pre
Um,
RG3.
Is Dalton playing? Or is Carr playing? Or either of the quarterbacks playing?
Derek Carr.
I'm pretty sure.
News.
Actually, I don't know.
Set to start versus Panthers. Derek Carr. Dalton. It says Bryce Young is going to start.
Saints.
So we have Carr versus
Saints.
Bryce Young. Yeah.
I honestly, if it was Bryce Young versus not Derek Carr, like Hayner or Rattler, I'd probably go Panthers. But
I think I would too, at home.
Yeah. Actually, Hayner was not.
Hayner looked pretty good.
bad.
I mean, like, for
Bad. At least he'd get the
getting
ball to
thrown
Olave.
in. Yeah.
Broncos at Ravens.
Ravens.
Sneaky
I
splash.
like
Sne-
Broncos on the spread because it's
I-
-9, which I think
Ravens
is
are
kind of
minus
hefty.
450. That's a
Yeah, I think that's
crazy number.
that's kind of a big line. But
For
I'm still gonna go
5-3
Ravens to
Broncos?
win the game.
Yeah, Raven. Yeah, are you kidding me? I completely agree, Nick. Which is probably why we don't make any money because Vegas also continues to know something. But the Ravens
It
are
is-
butt
the
booty cheeks on
Ravens-
defense.
At least like once a month though, the Ravens will just like beat the living like hell out of someone though. So maybe
It
this
could be
is their
this game.
Yeah.
Their revenge.
Or it could
Revenge
be the
tour.
Ravens
Yeah.
Raiders game.
But they already had that game against the Browns this month. Like, they already got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So November, you got to look for November, Aiden. Who's the
okay.
random team that's going to get them in November?
Are we all taking the Eagles at home against the Jaguars?
Yes.
No Brian
Okay.
Thomas or Kirk? Are you kidding me?
Parker
Although it could be
Washington season,
Peterson.
Dougie
knows the-
revenge game.
Crazier things have
All
happened.
right.
Like the Jameis Winston
This one
led
is a
Browns.
very good one. Bears at Cardinals.
You know who I'm picking. Come
Who you
on.
picking?
It's the Cardinals.
This is really a coin flip here.
Go ahead and
I'm
pick the
going Cardinals,
Bears,
too.
bro.
I'm going Cardinals,
Oh
too.
no, it ruined.
Who's
I'm ruined.
Which means the Bears are gonna win now.
Yep. When someone other than me takes the Cardinals, they lose. When only I take the Cardinals, they win.
it's the Bears were so bad against us, but so were the Cardinals. I'll go to Bears in a little bounce back. I think Tyreek Stevenson has 2 pick sixes to make up for last
Oh
week.
my god.
That's not happening. But
Sit on the benches.
yeah, your water boy.
Next game, very good game. Very good game.
Lots of good
Lions
games.
at Packers.
Lions.
Oh, I really want to pick the Packers.
Isn't Jordan
wanna
Love
pick
hurt?
The Packers, but I think I'm
saw
going
what he did.
Lions.
In
Although
Lev news.
it feels like the game that the Packers just get them. I don't know.
This is the one
He
that
was-
Bug Cheese will take the
practiced
Packers and
today?
get one on us.
But they really don't know. I
It's
would
so
say
against the Lions.
Cheeky snagged the Packers at +3 because they're at home if Jordan Love plays, but I will go Lions. Next up, another good game. Big NFC West fight. Loser will be in last place. Rams at Seahawks.
I need to look for my good friend DeQuervius.
Oh,
I'm going Rams.
I think I'm going Rams.
Yeah, I think they fixed themselves with the injuries back.
Okay, Metcalf won't practice Wednesday, but head coach Mike McDonald said he's optimistic wideout will return practice Thursday and playing. I think I'd still take the Rams, but over.
I think I'm going Seahawks. I don't know. It feels like a weird game to me. The Seahawks are the home team.
I just saw McDermott and them cook the Bills. I mean, get cooked by the Bills, and McVay is going to take that and give it to Stafford and Puka and Cup.
I'm going to reserve the right to switch this, but for now I'm going Seahawks.
A BS. What? Reserve the right.
I'll announce it if I switch it.
That's fair. I will say I think
Alright.
I've been the king switcher.
Yeah, this would be my first switch. Like since
I've switched. Every time I switch, I've gotten it wrong. Sunday Night Football is Colts at Vikings.
Vikings.
They've lost 2 in a row.
This game
Still a good team.
was
In
not
Indianapolis,
in
I would take Flacco.
US Bank Stadium in Minnesota. I would take the Colts, but I'll go Vikings. And then finally,
Chiefs.
all taking Chiefs against the Buccaneers. Yep. Okay. High-low. Guest won with 26.
So they get to spin the
They
wheel
get to spin the wheel.
for both. Ugh.
Oh,
Dang.
Eels.
Oh, I had a brutal
Better.
week. 9.
Get out of my way. Yeah, I also.
Who's winning
had
in
that
total?
week. You are.
They're on the screen, too.
Oh, Guest might also.
yeah.
I think Guest just.
You're,
Guest
Nick
at
has
85.
105.
Guest
AP
just
is
passed me, I think.
91.
Oh, never mind.
Guest has
Still there.
85. Yeah.
Guest is cooking. They've been on fire the last
What are you
All
at?
right.
3 weeks.
Fair. What?
What are you at? Like
Nick
20, right?
has-
Are you 15?
15.
Good work.
Oh, Nick. We got to get above the.
Hey, I'm above positive. I'm above 0. All right. Spinning the wheel for the high pick of the guest. Give them something good, hopefully. Ooh, that is good, in fact. Eagles against
Eagles
the
and
Jags.
Jags. Wow.
Very good, very good.
The wheel
That's a good
knows what it's doing.
And
Wheel
then
knows
for the
ball.
low,
The wheel does no ball. They take the Titans? Oh,
Chiefs.
But the Chiefs? Oh my god.
Not great. All right, well,
not bad though.
Eagles
Not bad
high,
though.
Chiefs low.
Hey,
yeah,
they
the
just
Chiefs'
took
offense
Chiefs off
hasn't
the
been like
board, I
insane.
guess, for
They are
us.
playing the Buccaneers.
All right. Nick, you get.
I actually get first choice. I'm gonna go with the last high and the first low. Pretty please.
Since me and Clark tied, he gets first pick, right? Because he's the season leader. Is that like the tiebreaker?
Yeah.
I will go. I'll go first and third. And
So
with
what am
the first
Am I
pick,
second and second?
you're 2 and 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I will go with the I'm gonna go. Ooh, did I go? Fuck! I thought I had this locked in. I think I'm gonna go with Bengals high against the Raiders, and then it's Aiden's pick.
Oh.
Eesh,
Interesting. Who did I pick in that? I did pick the Lions. I'm gonna go with the Lions as my high. Seems relatively safe to me.
Safe pick.
Yeah.
I'll go Falcons high against the Cowboys.
I thought you were gonna go Buffalo.
I would have gone
I don't
Buffalo,
know.
but
Divisional,
I picked them too much.
Divisional games, little sus. But and then low, I'll go Patriots.
Oh, that was my pick.
That was also my pick.
Do I just take the other team in that?
Low.
Do I take the other team in that game? No. Wait, is Drake May playing?
I'm going to go with.
Hey, whoa! Oh no, it is your pick. I take it back. I take it back.
I think I'm gonna go with the. Wait, let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yep, I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Browns. You know, they enough film on Jameis.
Betting against Jameis.
And the Chargers' defense is good, and they like to play a slow game. So yeah.
I'm gonna sprint to the podium and take Jacksonville with no receivers.
It's a good pick.
But yeah, successful week, fellas. Successful pod. Good Thursday night. Happy Halloween to everyone. Aiden has something to say.
Question. Just, I don't know why this would happen, but is it possible to trade in our high-low, right? Like, if I were to trade with Clark, but then he gets a, like, pick swap with me in a future week where if I win, he gets to switch with me, would that be allowed?
Yes, but I'm confused.
I don't know.
Sides agree on it.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. I wonder if someone like all of a sudden didn't like their team anymore.
Like future pick swaps. So we're going to the NBA.
Yeah. So like basically, it would be like I don't even remember. You had Jags, right? So it'd be like we switch where I now have the Jags, but Clark now has the rights to flip with
to
me
Aiden's first round flip
if I were to win a week. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a crazy.
Like flip points?
No. Flip picks. So like you would, if you really liked the first offense and I had the first pick, you could flip with me to get the first pick to go to the
offense. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Randomly, like,
do you want to trade with me?
No, I'm good.
You could have taken the Jags.
I was curious. No, exactly.
I think AP said he wants to trade and get Chiefs low.
No, I did not say that. I did not.
That game could be a sneaky. That could be a sneaky, like super defensive game.
Could.
Or it could be sneaky, like 30-27.
I don't think the Bucs offense has that capability anymore.
They put up 27 against the Falcons. Oh, I guess
the Falcons' defense sucks.
Yeah.
Actually,
Bucs low would be
if the guest
a cheeky,
gets,
right?
A lower high pick that's poor, but they won the week like off the wheel. They then get to spin the wheel and switch with one of us potentially. I'm just throwing crazy wrenches into the thing.
Bro.
Aiden's got a lot of wrenches thrown at the system.
All right. Great pod.
Successful pod.
Good to do it.
Talk to you all
see y'all
soon.
next week.